Far out in the vast Pacific Ocean lies a realm of mythical beauty. These are the Marshall Islands, a nation scattered like jewels upon the water. They are a collection of coral atolls and volcanic islands, so remote they seem to exist in a dream. Each atoll is a ring of low-lying coral islands, encircling a tranquil lagoon. These lagoons are the heart of the islands. Their calm waters are stark contrast to the powerful ocean waves that crash against the outer reefs. Our journey will take us to this remote paradise, to a world built by tiny creatures over thousands of years. The allure of the Marshall Islands is in their isolation and their quiet strength. In a world that is constantly rushing forward, these islands offer a moment of pause. It is about the resilience of life on a speck of land in the middle of the world's largest ocean. The very name, Marshall Islands, carries whispers of a complex history intertwined with the Pacific. For centuries, master navigators called these islands home, reading the waves and stars. They built a culture in harmony with their environment. Then, the outside world arrived, bringing conflict and the dawn of the atomic age. These events left indelible marks, yet the spirit of the islands endures. The whispers of the Pacific now carry a message of resilience and healing. The people are at the forefront of recovery, protecting their heritage. It is a journey into a place of profound meaning and enduring beauty. Nowhere on Earth is the relationship between land and sea more intimate than in the Marshall Islands. Here, the two are not separate entities but partners in a constant creative dialogue. The land exists only because of the sea. It was born from it, built by the skeletons of countless tiny marine organisms, the coral polyps. These creatures built colossal reef structures over millennia, which eventually broke the surface of the ocean to form the islands. The land is, in essence, a gift from the sea, a fragile foothold for life in the vast blue wilderness of the Pacific. This embrace is visible everywhere you look. The beaches are not made of rock or soil, but of brilliant white coral sand, the ground-up remains of the very reefs that protect the islands. The roots of the coconut palms and pandanus trees draw sustenance from a thin layer of soil, which itself is enriched by the sea. The lagoons, cradled within the arms of the atolls, are calm nurseries for a stunning diversity of marine life. They are the pantries of the islands, providing food and resources for the people who call this place home. The sea gives, and the land receives. But this relationship is a delicate balance. The islands are low-lying, some rising only a meter or two above the high tide mark. They are utterly dependent on the health of their surrounding coral reefs. These reefs act as natural breakwaters, dissipating the immense energy of the ocean waves. Without them, the islands would simply wash away. The coral is the fortress, the wall that protects the gentle life within. The health of the land is directly tied to the health of the reef. This is a fundamental truth of life in the Marshall Islands. Our exploration will take us right to this crucial intersection. We will witness the power of the waves crashing on the outer reef, and then, just a few hundred meters away, the serene stillness of the lagoon. We will see how the tides breathe life into the ecosystem, flushing the lagoons with fresh seawater and nutrients. We will understand that to speak of the landscape of the Marshall Islands is to speak of both land and sea as one interconnected system. It is a world defined by its edges, where the boundary between solid ground and liquid ocean is a place of incredible energy, fragility, and life. This essay is an invitation to set aside what you think you know about islands and landscapes. It is a call to journey with us to a place that will challenge your perspective and fill you with a sense of wonder. We will not be looking at these islands from a distance. We will be immersing ourselves in their world, exploring their hidden corners, and listening to their stories. We will feel the fine coral sand between our toes and the warm tropical sun on our skin. We will dive beneath the surface of the turquoise lagoons to witness the silent, vibrant world of the coral kingdoms. Prepare to be amazed by the sheer, unexpected beauty of these atolls. You will see colors you thought only existed in paintings. The impossible turquoise of the shallow lagoons, the deep royal blue of the open ocean, and the dazzling white of the beaches. You will discover a world teeming with life, from the smallest ghost crab scurrying across the sand to the majestic sea turtles gliding through the water. We will introduce you to the unique flora that clings to these tiny strips of land, plants that have adapted to survive in a world of salt spray and sun. This is more than a visual feast. It is a journey of the heart and mind. We will share the stories of the Marshallese people, whose culture is a reflection of this incredible environment. Their traditions, their navigational skills, and their deep respect for the ocean are an integral part of the landscape. Their voices will guide us, helping us to see the islands not just as a place of natural beauty, but as a home that is now facing unprecedented threats from a changing climate and rising seas, making its story more urgent than ever. So join us. Let us embark on this journey together. Let us explore the landscapes of the Marshall Islands, from the intricate patterns of the coral reefs to the quiet solitude of a deserted beach. Let us learn about the delicate balance that sustains life here and the challenges that threaten its future. This is a story of beauty, resilience, and profound connection. A story that reminds us of the incredible wonders our planet holds and the importance of protecting them. The journey begins now. To understand the Marshall Islands, one must first understand the atoll. It's a masterpiece of natural engineering, built by billions of tiny architects, coral polyps. They build their stony skeletons reaching upwards towards the sunlight. This process often begins on a submerged volcano. The volcano provides the foundation. Over time, as the volcano sinks, the coral continues to grow, forming a fringing reef. Eventually, the volcanic peak disappears, leaving a ring of coral enclosing a body of water. The waves grind down coral into sand, which accumulates along the reef. A new island is born. These small islands, known as motu, form the habitable land of the Marshall Islands. The Marshall Islands are a collection of these magnificent coral structures. It is an architecture of life sculpted by the ocean. Picture a Marshallese atoll from above, a slender necklace of green and white in a sea of blue. It's a series of small islets along the coral reef's rim, separated by channels. Some atolls, like Kwajalein, are composed of nearly 100 islands. Life on these islets is a story of remarkable adaptation. The land is made of porous coral sand and fresh water is scarce. Hardy plants like coconut palms and salt-tolerant shrubs anchor themselves in the sand, their roots holding the fragile island together. These plants provide food, building materials, and shade, making settlement possible. The shape of each island is constantly being sculpted by the wind and the waves. On one side, you have the calm lagoon. Just a short walk across the land brings you to the ocean side, wild and untamed. The full power of the Pacific Ocean crashes against the reef. At the center of every atoll lies its most defining feature, the lagoon. If the reef is the skeleton, the lagoon is the atoll's liquid heart. It is a vast expanse of relatively calm, protected water. These lagoons can be immense, like Kwajalein Atoll, covering over 2,000 square kilometers. Its waters shift from translucent turquoise in the shallows to a deep sapphire in the center. This protected environment serves as a crucial nursery for marine life. The lagoon floor is a diverse landscape with sandy plains, seagrass beds, and patch reefs. The lagoon is the center of daily life for the Marshallese people, their highway, supermarket, and playground. It breathes with the rhythm of the ocean, with tidal flow bringing in nutrients and flushing out waste. This constant exchange ensures that the lagoon remains a vibrant, healthy, and productive ecosystem. To appreciate the lagoon, one must experience the ocean side of the atoll. Here, there are no gentle waves, only the raw power of the Pacific Ocean. This is the windward face, the front line between land and sea. It's a humbling display of nature's force. The beach is a mix of coral rubble and wave-worn stones. The reef flat is a treacherous platform with tide pools. This is the Great Wall, absorbing the ocean's energy. This side of the island is fundamentally important for the survival of the atoll. This protection allows the lagoon and islands to exist. It is where fishermen watch the ocean and weather. Ancient navigators learned to read wave patterns. It is a place of deep connection to the ocean world. Between the wild ocean side and the calm lagoon side lies the land itself. These narrow strips of earth are a delicate tapestry of green woven upon a canvas of white sand. The vegetation here is not dense and sprawling like a continental forest. It is a specialized community of plants that have evolved to thrive in one of the most challenging environments imaginable. They must contend with salty soil, constant sea spray, intense tropical sun, and occasional powerful storms. Their survival is a testament to the tenacity of life, a green miracle on a bed of coral. The undisputed king of this vegetation is the coconut palm. Its familiar silhouette defines the skyline of the Marshall Islands. For the Marshallese people, it is the tree of life. Every part of it is used. The fruit provides nutritious food and drink. The husk of the nut can be burned for fuel or woven into strong rope known as coir. The fronds are used to thatch roofs and weave baskets, mats, and fans. The strong, flexible wood is used for building. The coconut palm is more than just a plant. It is a cornerstone of the culture and economy, a provider of all of life's necessities. Alongside the coconut palms grow other vital plants. The pandanus, or screw pine, is another essential species. Its long, tough leaves are harvested and prepared for weaving into fine mats, which are of enormous cultural importance. Its large, strange-looking fruit is also a key source of food. Breadfruit trees, with their large, glossy leaves, provide a starchy staple food that can be cooked in many different ways. These cultivated plants are often grown in gardens in the center of the larger islets, protected from the worst of the salt spray, forming a lush, edible landscape. This tapestry of green is more than just a collection of useful plants. It performs a critical ecological role. The complex network of roots from the trees and shrubs helps to stabilize the fragile sand of the islets, preventing erosion from wind and water. The canopy provides shade, creating a cooler microclimate that allows other, more delicate plants to grow underneath. It provides a habitat for the island's limited land fauna, such as lizards, insects, and land crabs. This thin layer of green is the living skin of the atoll, holding the land together and making life possible. Beneath the placid surface and beyond the crashing waves lies another world. A world of breathtaking complexity and vibrant color. These are the coral kingdoms of the Marshall Islands. They are living, breathing cities built by countless tiny animals. Each coral head is a bustling metropolis. To descend into this world is to witness one of nature's most magnificent creations. The coral polyps come in an astonishing variety of forms and colors. They are the engine of the entire atoll ecosystem. Through a symbiotic relationship with tiny algae, corals harness the power of the sun. Exploring these coral cities reveals a world of constant activity, yet it all functions as a cohesive whole. These kingdoms are a dynamic and fragile metropolis. The coral cities are not empty monuments. They are alive with a symphony of movement and color. This is the domain of the reef fish, the vibrant citizens of the coral kingdom. The sheer diversity is overwhelming. Swarms of tiny electric blue damselfish hover defensively above their chosen coral head, darting in and out of its protective branches. Schools of yellow-striped snapper move in unison, a flowing river of silver and gold that parts and reforms around the reef's contours. The variety of shapes, sizes, and colors seems endless, a living kaleidoscope that brings the reef to life with its constant motion. Each fish has its own unique role to play in the reef's complex society. The parrotfish, with their powerful beak-like mouths, are the reef's gardeners. They graze on the algae that grows on the coral, preventing it from overwhelming and smothering the living polyps. As they digest the coral rock they scrape off, they excrete fine white sand, becoming one of the primary producers of the pristine beaches that line the atolls. Butterfly fish, with their delicate flattened bodies, use their long snouts to pick out tiny invertebrates from the coral crevices, acting as the reef's meticulous inspectors. The drama of life and death unfolds here every moment. Camouflage and mimicry are essential tools for survival. A scorpionfish, perfectly disguised as a rock, lies in wait for an unsuspecting smaller fish to pass by. A stonefish, the most venomous fish in the world, becomes virtually invisible as it settles into the sandy bottom. Meanwhile, sleek and powerful jacks patrol the edges of the reef, their silver bodies flashing as they hunt in coordinated packs, creating moments of panic and chaos among the smaller schools of fish. It is a constant ballet of predator and prey, of hunter and hunted. This symphony of fins and scales is not just a beautiful spectacle, it is a clear indicator of the reef's health. A vibrant, diverse fish population means the coral is thriving, providing the necessary food and shelter. When the fish populations decline, it is a sign that the entire system is in trouble. The fishermen of the Marshall Islands have a deep traditional knowledge of these fish, understanding their behaviors, their habitats, and their seasons. For them, this underwater world is not just a place of wonder, but a vital and cherished source of sustenance that connects them directly to the health of their coral kingdoms. The waters around the Marshall Islands host ocean giants. Manta rays glide through the water. Sharks thrive here due to the Marshall Islands Shark Sanctuary. Gray reef, blacktip reef, and whitetip reef sharks patrol the reefs. Sea turtles, both green and hawksbill, are also common. The atoll beaches are critical nesting grounds. Migrating whales pass by, their songs sometimes audible to divers. These giants indicate a healthy, interconnected ocean ecosystem. The Marshall Islands are a tapestry of land and sea, woven together by invisible threads of life. Seabirds feed at sea and nest on land, their droppings fertilizing the thin coral soil, allowing plants to thrive. Rain washes nutrients from the land back into the lagoon, fueling phytoplankton, the base of the marine food web. Mangrove forests act as nurseries for young fish and filter runoff, protecting coral reefs. Every element, birds, fish, coral, and land, depends on the others in a delicate balance. Disrupt one, and the whole system feels the impact. The Marshallese people have learned to live within this web, respecting the connections that sustain them. As we continue, we'll see how their culture is shaped by this intricate dance of land and sea. The Marshallese are not just islanders. They are children of the sea. From childhood, they learn to swim, read the weather, and gather food from the ocean. The sea is their teacher, shaping their skills and values. Community life revolves around sharing the ocean's gifts, with fishing trips benefiting all. Major life events are tied to the rhythms of the tides. Their culture is built on cooperation, resilience, and a deep respect for the ocean's power. Sustainable practices and ecological wisdom have been passed down for generations. For the Marshallese, the land is a resting place. The ocean is home. Their identity is born from the waves, not the sand. How did the Marshallese navigate the vast Pacific without modern tools? They mastered the language of the waves, using stick charts, ingenious maps of ocean swells. Crafted from coconut fronds and shells, these charts show how waves bend and reflect around atolls. Navigators memorized these patterns, never taking the charts to sea. The real map was in their minds and bodies, reading the subtle movements of their canoes. This art, called remeto, required years of training and deep sensitivity to the ocean. The stick chart is a symbol of a culture that knows the sea intimately, navigating by feel, not by sight. It's a testament to human ingenuity and connection with nature. In the Marshall Islands, stories are the living memory of the people. Legends and myths are passed down orally, giving meaning to every atoll, reef, and rock. Tales of the demigod Latau explain the landscape and teach cultural values. Stories of humans transforming into animals reinforce respect for nature and the spirits within it. These narratives are more than entertainment. They are guides for living in harmony with the world. To harm nature is to disrupt the balance and offend the spirits. The wind carries these stories, binding generations and landscapes together. In every whisper of the palms, the wisdom of the ancestors endures. The outrigger canoe, or wallop, is the heart of Marshallese life. Built from breadfruit trees and coconut fiber, these canoes are fast, seaworthy, and essential for travel and fishing. Canoe building is a sacred craft, passed down through generations with ritual and song. The canoe connects families, enables trade, and sustains the community. Fishing techniques and social life revolve around these vessels. Even today, the wallop is a symbol of pride and cultural revival. The canoe embodies the Marshallese spirit, resilient, resourceful, and always in tune with the ocean. It's a living link to the ancestors who first crossed these waters. Life here is not built on land, but on the enduring design of the canoe. The greatest threat to the Marshall Islands is rising seas, a crisis unfolding in real time. Flooding and saltwater intrusion are destroying homes, crops, and freshwater supplies. Erosion eats away at coastlines, toppling palms and shrinking the land. The loss is not just physical, but cultural and existential. Coral reefs, the island's foundation, are dying from warming waters and bleaching. Without reefs, the islands lose their protection and their food sources. The rising tide threatens not only the land, but the very soul of the Marshallese people. Their future depends on the world's response to this urgent crisis. The Marshall Islands bear the scars of a localized catastrophe. Between 1946 and 1958, Bikini and Enuitak atolls were the epicenter of the United States nuclear testing program. 67 nuclear weapons were detonated, unleashing destructive power. The Bravo shot was 1,000 times more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. It sent radioactive fallout across neighboring atolls, poisoning a paradise. The people were relocated, becoming the world's first nuclear refugees. Many atolls remain too contaminated for safe resettlement. The Runit Dome covers a crater filled with radioactive waste. This cracking structure, threatened by rising seas, is a monument to the Cold War. Radioactive elements have been absorbed into the ecosystem, posing a persistent health risk. This has severed the connection between the people and their land, creating a sense of loss. It adds vulnerability to a nation on the front lines of climate change. The echoes of the atomic age serve as a reminder of the wounds inflicted upon a fragile environment. The people of the Marshall Islands are resilient fighters, drawing on their history and love for their homeland. They've become powerful advocates, leading the call for climate action, sharing their story, and putting a human face on the climate crisis. They remind the world that climate change is a present-day emergency. Conservation efforts blend traditional knowledge and modern science, including reviving traditional practices. It's a grassroots effort driven by those with the most to lose, with a focus on adaptation. Projects replant salt-tolerant trees and mangroves to stabilize coastlines. The fight for the Marshall Islands is a fight for the planet. They're fighting to preserve natural beauty and remind humanity of our shared responsibility. We have journeyed across a world held in a delicate balance between water and sky. The impossible turquoise of the lagoons, the brilliant white of the coral sands, and the deep, life-giving green of the palm groves all combine to create a vision of paradise. Yet this paradise is fragile, perched on the very edge of existence. The same ocean that created and nurtured these islands now threatens to reclaim them. This duality is what makes the story of the Marshall Islands so compelling and so urgent. To see these landscapes is to understand what is at stake. The fate of these atolls is a mirror reflecting the health of our entire global ecosystem. Their struggle for survival is a microcosm of a much larger challenge that faces all of humanity. They are a home, a sanctuary, and a vital indicator of our planet's well-being. Their story is a powerful reminder that the choices we make have far-reaching consequences. Looking into the crystal-clear waters of a Marshallese lagoon is like looking into a mirror. In its reflection, we see not only the stunning beauty of the islands, but also a reflection of ourselves. We see the legacy of our industrial age in the rising sea levels and the bleaching corals. Their vulnerability reflects our own global interconnectedness. It also shows us a path forward, a vision of hope and resilience. In the determined faces of the Marshallese people, we see the enduring power of the human spirit. The ancient wisdom of this canoe culture offers us profound lessons for our time. It's a worldview based on observation, adaptation, and a humble recognition of our place within the larger web of life. The reflection in the water is a call to conscience. Our journey must now come to an end, but the story of the Marshall Islands continues. The landscapes we've explored are dynamic, living entities, constantly changing and evolving. They will continue to inspire, to challenge, and to teach all who are fortunate enough to experience their magic. The wonder of this place is an enduring call to engagement and care. Let us carry the images of these islands with us. They're symbols of what is possible when nature's creativity and human culture evolve in harmony. They are a benchmark for the kind of beauty and balance we should strive to protect everywhere on Earth. The future of the Marshall Islands hangs in the balance, dependent on our collective will to address the global challenges that threaten them. So, let the Marshall Islands remain in your mind as more than just a remote location on a map. Let them be a source of wonder, a lesson in resilience, and a call to action. Their story is a powerful reminder that our planet is a tapestry of interconnected places, each one precious and unique. By cherishing and protecting these fragile atolls on the edge of the world, we are also, in a very real sense, protecting the heart of our own humanity.